I'm John, and this is How to Be Human. Right about now, you're probably wondering, and you'd be right to ask that question because it turns out it's quite a bit. Most psychologists agree that people need to feel loved to be well-adjusted, productive members of society. But for something as important as love is, we don't really seem to have a handle on what the definition is. We use it to mean a great many things, and that's kind of interesting. So here are a couple of the ways that we use the word love. I love that artist. I love tacos. I love the way dancing makes me feel. I love going to Disney World. I love my wife. And I love hanging out with my friends.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
The point is that whether we're addressing food, people, or places, we can't seem to figure out what love truly means. I mean, I can't be suggesting that I feel the same way about tacos that I do about my wife, can I? I mean, I do really like tacos. That sign from the intro hangs in my living room all year round. My shirt's a thing. At Christmas, I hang this on the tree. And I even decided to clad my behind in tacos. Regardless of how many things I buy to show my fondness for this culinary delight, it's ultimately just food. Tacos are no good to cuddle with. Tacos don't encourage me or reflect my value to me. I don't take care of tacos when they're sick, and I don't encourage tacos while they work on their master's degree.
Now with that said, taco!
This has been an absurd metaphor, but you get what I mean. Love can't mean everything that we ascribe to it. And sometimes there are just better words. And we don't have to look far to know that this is true. But if we look in Webster's dictionary, I think the definition falls a little flat. As a noun, it's defined as strong affection towards another, based in kinship or personal ties. Attraction based on sexual desire, affection, tenderness felt by lovers, affection based on admiration. As a verb, it's defined as to hold dear or cherish, to feel a lover's passion or devotion, to caress, to fondle, to copulate with, to take pleasure in. I don't know. That just doesn't do it for me. I don't think any of those things are the thing that makes me cook dinner for my wife after a long day, or gets my friends out of their cozy bed to comfort or feed their baby. So, how would you define love? I would say that at its core, love is active. At its best, it requires sacrifice. Oh, and it has to be a choice. It can't be forced. At its most pure, love is the most powerful concept, idea, or compulsion, or emotion that exists in all of humanity. I would define love as the willful and sacrificial, active pursuit of the well-being of oneself or another. Now, I'm not sure if you agree, but for the sake of this argument, let's assume that you do. If love is defined this way, then do we honestly believe it's as abundant as we make it seem? If that's true, then why do we feel so lonely and anxious and fearful? Okay, go with me on this. I think I have an idea about why we feel the way we do. The reason we feel all that gross stuff is because of our own laziness. The word love has become kind of a catch-all or a junk drawer for all of these different emotions. But here's the interesting thing. There are already other words for those feelings. Guys, and I can't stress this enough, the way we define things matters. So here's a story of when definitions really mattered in my life. It was the summer that I started dating my wife, and I was headed to school out of state, so I was hanging out with a lot of people and having the time of my life. I was never really a player, but some of the people I hung out with were girls. And then I started dating Danielle. It was great. We were getting along fantastically, but we had never claimed exclusivity until one day when she referred to me as her boyfriend. From that point on, the way I interacted with other girls had to change because she had redefined our relationship. See, definitions change our actions. So, let's think of the most poignant examples of love that we see in day-to-day life. A mother who goes without eating so her kids can eat. The little boy or girl who shares their toy with the new kids so that they won't feel left out. Or what about the friend who misses his favorite band's concert in order to go to his best friend's dance recital? Or that time when you didn't make that cutting remark on that hyper-politicized Facebook video that Jan from Development posted? Okay, so what's my point? Well, historically, love has had a lot of connotations for a reason, because it's important, nay, vital to our lives. But one could make the argument that the way we define it is equally as important. It can't mean everything that we've said it has, but it can mean an awful lot if we use it properly. Alright, but since I'm not one to bring up a problem without showing you a useful solution, I'm gonna show you how this definition can help you solve problems in your own life. Say you're in a romantic relationship and you're thinking about taking the next step, whatever that step may be. If you want to know if that person truly loves you or if you love them, ask yourself this question. Am I willingly, sacrificially, and actively pursuing the well-being of that other person? Are they doing that for me? Boom, you've got an answer. Oh yeah, and this doesn't just apply to romantic relationships. A huge tenet within my faith is loving your neighbor as yourself. What would happen if we viewed that tenet through the lens of this definition? Listen, I'm not saying that we have to go with my definition, but I am saying that it's worth talking about. Love is too important for it to be ill-defined, especially when you're considering how to be human. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that brief look at love. This topic is huge and we barely scratched the surface. I've come to know that love has so many definitions and so many uses. In other cultures, they have so many words for love. But I think that at the core of it all, you can apply this definition that I've workshopped, and you can apply it in all those different directions. And so, if you found that fascinating, I'd love to hear what your thoughts were in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.